opening up in an emotional interview about her husband's suicide and revealing a previously undetected medical condition in his final months.
They say the ones who laugh the most are those who go through a lot. But who would have thought that the renowned American actor/comedian who made every role remarkable would go through a lot and finally take his own life? Robin Williams brought laughter to millions for decades. From his frenetic stand-up routines to his iconic movie characters, his ability to inhabit any persona and deliver side-splitting humor was unmatched. But in August 2014, the world was shocked by the news of his suicide. In this video, we will explore the life of Robin Williams and give true reasons behind why he took his life based on his widow's testimonial. Background: Robin McLaurin, a renowned American actor and comedian, was born at St. Luke's Hospital in Chicago, Illinois, on July 21st in the year 1951 and was raised in a family heavily influenced by art. His father worked as a top executive at Ford Motor Company, while his mother was a former model from Jackson, Mississippi. Williams attended a public elementary school in Lake Forest, at Gorton Elementary School, and had his middle school at Deer Path Junior High School. He described himself as a quiet child while growing up and did not do away with his shyness until he joined his high school drama department. His family moved a lot, but when he turned 16, his father had an early retirement, which made the family move again. This time around to Tiburon, California, where he had his high school education at Redwood High School. After high school graduation, Williams enrolled at Claremont Men's College in Claremont, California, and dropped out later to pursue acting at the College of Marin in Kentfield, California. In 1973, he got a full scholarship to the Juilliard School in New York City. At the beginning of his career, he did stand-up comedy in bars.
You better work on that stuff. I'm not going back. Hell no, I won't go.
And had guest appearances on TV programs like Happy Days and The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. Williams rose to national prominence in 1978 when he played Mork in the television sitcom Mork and Mindy, which highlighted his remarkable comic and improvisational abilities. The popularity of the show propelled him to recognition and made him a comic icon. Williams made a successful move into the film industry in the 1980s and 1990s, playing a variety of roles that demonstrated his flexibility as an actor. Among his most striking performances are the following. In the war comedy drama Good Morning Vietnam, 1987, Williams played an irreverent radio DJ, earning him a nomination for his first Academy Award. 1989's Dead Poets Society, Williams portrayed an inspired English teacher who exhorts his students to enjoy the day and follow their passions in this coming-of-age movie. In the family comedy Mrs. Doubtfire, 1993, Williams demonstrated his comedic mastery by playing a divorced father who poses as a British nanny to spend more time with his kids. Williams triumphed in Good Will Hunting, 1997, as he won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in recognition of his work as a caring mentor to a disturbed young prodigy. Matt Damon. Williams's dramatic abilities were showcased in movies such as Awakenings, 1990, The Fisher King, 1991, and Insomnia, 2002. Proving that his acting abilities went beyond comedic roles. Williams was also well known for his charitable work in addition to his acting career. He contributed to several organizations and causes, such as Comic Relief, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation. Robin Williams's personal life. Robin got married 3 times. In 1976, while he was working as a bartender and pursuing his comedy career, he met a beautiful lady, Valerie Velarde, who later became his wife, in San Francisco.
Caring for me, and they said, you know, we think he has a girlfriend in San Francisco. And I said, well, I'll ask him. And I said, do you have a girlfriend in San Francisco? Oh, no. I said, listen.
They got married in June 1978 and welcomed their first child, Zachary Zach Williams, in 1983. The couple's marriage came crashing down due to the act of Robin's infidelity. In the 2018 documentary, Robin Williams, Come Inside My Mind, Valerie stated these words: he loved women, absolutely loved women, And I got it, she added. I understood and I wanted him to have that, but I also wanted him to come home. The marriage ended with a divorce in 1988, but both parents decided to co-parent their son, Zachary. On April 30th, 1989, Robin got married to his second wife, Marcia Grace, 5 years after they met. Being a film producer and philanthropist, Grace also worked as Robin's nanny to take care of Zachary. Speculations went around that Robin and Grace were having an affair before he ended his marriage. But Valerie made it known in the documentary that they only got to know each other after they got divorced. That same year, after they got married, Grace gave birth to their daughter, Zelda Ray Williams, and in 1991 the couple welcomed a second child, Cody Allen Williams. That made Robin a dad of 3. In 2008, Grace filed for a divorce with irreconcilable terms and was finalized 2 years later. The reasons for the divorce were, however, not revealed. His third and final marriage was to Susan Schneider, a graphics designer, who sadly became his widow in 2014 after getting married in 2011. Robin Williams's struggle with addiction. Robin was always ready to share his struggles with addiction and how he tried to curtail it. In an interview with People magazine in 1988, he explained how cocaine was used to slow him down instead of putting him on a high, but he had to stop when he found out that he was about to become a father. He went as far as explaining how hard it was for him to overcome the struggles of his addiction.
As an alcoholic, I talk about, some warning signs, like DUIs in a cul-de-sac, things like that.
He classified those addictions as a powerful voice that keeps telling you to go for one more, and he shared his experience of how he fell off the wagon again in 2005 after shooting the Big White. 2005, from just a small bottle of Jack Daniels into a heavy dosage of alcohol, down to the point where he was carried into the house on one of the Thanksgiving, and straight away he was carted away to rehab in 2006. Robin Williams's struggle with depression. Robin, a very talented comedian who made people laugh, was simultaneously going through the biggest risk in his life at the time. He was diagnosed with depression, which was later reviewed to be the cause of his death. But with time, it was revealed to be Lewy bodies dementia, LBD. Although Robin never wanted to put it out there, his wife Susan made sure to share the struggles he was facing with substance abuse, depression, and dementia with Lewy body, a disease commonly associated with Parkinson's disease at the same time.
There are over 40 symptoms for LBD, and Robin had nearly all of them.
You can imagine the torment endured by a man whose very essence, his comedic brilliance, was being systematically eroded by this insidious disease. We can only begin to fathom the anguish he must have grappled with. Enemy. His wife, Susan Schneider Williams, has bravely shed light on the harrowing challenges he confronted in the lead-up to his passing. Final chapters of Robin Williams. Amid these challenges, Robin still went ahead to take on the role of a flamboyant advertising executive in the television series The Crazy Ones. Although this got amazing reviews due to the ever-undiluted performance of Williams, it had some backlash due to the time of release. People questioned the release of this series in 2013 because it coincided with when he fully documented his struggles, which then sparked conversation around Hollywood and the well-being of its actors. It serves as a reminder of the importance of prioritizing mental health in the entertainment industry. What his widows had to say about his death.
Most people think your husband killed himself because he was depressed.
No, Lewy body dementia killed Robin. It's what took his life.
The news about his death was shocking enough and brought tears to the entertainment industry and the eyes of those who saw him as an icon. Many people had a lot to say about him, and his family was not left out. Susan Schneider, in her interview with ABC News, does not blame her husband for taking his life, but instead blames the illness, Lewy bodies dementia, for making him live most of his life in a nightmare. The case of having to live every day unsure of what surprise they are about to experience due to his health was enough torment to Robin. She stated that she was sure he just wanted the whole pain and suffering to go away, but did not realize that he would also go along with it. Yes, we know that Robin took his life, but the real question is, did he do it out of his own volition? Here's what Susan had to say. It was not depression that killed Robin. Depression was one of, let's call it 50 symptoms, and it was a small one. The doctors said to me after the autopsy, Are you surprised that your husband had Lewy bodies throughout his entire brain and brainstem? I didn't even know what Lewy bodies were, but I said, no, I'm not surprised. The fact that something had infiltrated every part of my husband's brain, that made perfect sense. It was very out of character for Robin to be so paranoid, and that was the start of this 10-month drumbeat of increasing symptoms. And the thing with LBD is the symptoms don't come all at once. They change, so they're incredibly confusing to the patient and caregiver.
And I said, wake him. And then she called me back.
What did she say?
I can't even, I'm sorry.
Aside from Susan, Marcia Grace, the second wife of Robin, also sent out a heartbreaking statement which read, "My heart is split wide open and scattered over the planet with all of you. Please remember the gentle, loving, generous, and yes, brilliant and funny man that was Robin Williams. My arms are wrapped around our children as we attempt to grapple with celebrating the man we love while dealing with this immeasurable loss. The only person who remained silent all through the whole incident was Valerie Velarde, for reasons best known to her. Now we can say for sure that the talented actor who put a smile on each of our faces was tired of being in pain and just wanted to alleviate the struggles." In Robin's Wish, the documentary gave insights into how he struggled with the paranoia that comes with LBD and how he hated every ounce of it and just wanted to live his life just the way it was. His wife Susan could not bear to see how a man of so much brilliance became so lost in his world. However, they all had very good things to say about him, and we cannot say less either of how great an actor he was and how his legacy of putting a smile on the faces of people would never exclude the internet in many years to come. Saying we were blessed to have such a gem is an understatement, and it is like a stab to our heart to lose such a gem. This, however, shows how much research there is to make on behalf of the legendary Robin towards LBD to find a cure.